and welcome to episode 9 of Heroes of Hillsfar, our interactive D&D charity stream where you can affect the game by donating and gifting our wonderful adventurers with all kinds of boons like health potions and advantage, and be the hero that you were born to be and save children of Dell Children's Hospital. This year's Dell, right? Yes, Dell Children's Hospital in Austin, Texas. So, we are going to pick up where we left off, episode 9. We have a guild hall called the Better Than Hillsfar Guild, and it is morning. It is a Sunday morning. It's actually a rather nice morning. It's very sunny. Not a cloud can be seen in the sky, and it's fairly early in the morning. So, who's an early riser? I know, Church, you're a fairly early riser, aren't you?
Yes.
So, what are you doing first thing in the morning?
Helping prepare meals for everyone to enjoy.
What will you be preparing today? Last week, was that the eggs with the curry?
Last week was muffins.
Last week was muffins.
Last week was potatoes.
They were in the consistency of potatoes.
Oh, right. That explains it.
Avina will actually be helping Church with breakfast this time, having heard of his escapades on his own.
All right, so what are the two of you making for breakfast this morning?
Church? What do you want to make? What do you want to make and have Avina help you?
There is all manner. There you go.
Potatoes.
You can't screw up hash browns too, Mad.
Challenge accepted.
No, we're not putting oil in the hash browns. What's wrong with you?
Clearly, the recipe calls for oil.
It's a different kind of oil.
Processing.
All right, so you two are down in the kitchen helping each other make hash browns for breakfast. Venerus, you have a early morning ritual, right?
Typically, yes. And because it's not raining or anything this week, he is submerging himself once again in the nearby river. And after completing his daily prayers, he does this every day. I know the name of my god, I swear I do. To Eadro of the Tempest. Sorry, I just finished another session and I'm like, I got all those gods in my head and now I'm here. After finishing his submerged prayers to Eadro of the Tempest, he would come back in for some hash browns.
Okay. And a new face in the group is going to be coming down the stairs. So if you, Wade, would like to introduce your character.
Yeah. Paxton is his name. He is a half-elf in kind of very frilly and froofy attire, very highly embellished. He's got kind of that almost white blonde hair, average build, height. I think that's about it.
All right.
Maybe we'll find more later.
So you come down the stairs, and this is your first weekend in the guild hall, and you see there are several tables. Some of them occupied, one or two of them empty, and there are plates filled with what look like varying degrees of cooked hash browns. One of them over on the far table looks like it is completely charred. Another one looks like it is extremely undercooked and probably still frozen. And then there's an empty table right down the center aisle that has pretty golden brown hash browns on it.
So you can tell which one's Avina made and which one's Church made.
Yeah, Paxton would walk up and inspect the table, and he's got these white gloves on, so he'll wipe a finger across and look at it and kind of rub away.
Wow, what a tool. cool.
And
I'm here for it.
pull out a kerchief and wipe down the table and around the plate and the seat and sit down.
Okay.
And pick up some utensils and rub those clean also.
I love it. About this time, Veneros would probably be coming back from the prayers and enter in, and you see all this going on, and you see a new face. You probably have seen each other in passing, but you know that the weekend is generally when things pick up for the guild hall. See this? I guess you'd see the back of the head of this new person.
I think Veneris would go and inspect the frozen-looking hash browns and probably pile himself up a plate of those. And then looking around, seeing nobody else here yet, he would go and sit down next to the newcomer, probably across the table from the newcomer, and dig into his hash browns, and then look up and say, hello, will you be joining us on our expedition today? By the way, I'm Veneris. I don't know if we've ever really crossed paths before, and extend a still wet, kind of slimy forearm for a handshake.
Yes, I believe we are to be going on this adventure together. And he'll fingertip and kind of pinch a hand and shake, and then immediately wipe off.
I mean, you extend your hand, Veneris just goes straight and grabs your whole forearm and like shakes vigorously.
Unhand me!
Oh, I apologize. Is that not the custom here?
No, I don't know you. You're filthy.
I pardon me. I've just finished bathing.
Is that what you call it?
Yes.
He would shake his arm off. Kind of whatever droplets fall.
Plenty of them.
Hey, and we have an anonymous donation.
Hey,
Hooray!
So
we're gonna need it. We're a
Paxton,
party of arts.
An individual that you are fairly familiar with, you've seen in passing, works at the guild hall, you've established that much, comes out from the back room, and this was delivered to you this morning, and he places it gingerly with 2 fingers, just kind of places it down, and says, I'm sure you'll wipe it off, but I can assure you, it'll come in handy. And there is a bottle of red liquid in front of you, as you have just been gifted a healing potion. Thank you for that donation.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks. That's from me. He wouldn't say thank you.
He said 3 things and he gets a present already.
They know that he's going to be the one that everyone's going for.
It's true.
Actually,
long.
it was a character of. It says, gift a character of your choice a potion. I gave it to Paxton because he's level 1.
I see how it is. You're choosing favorites.
He's probably going to need it.
Yeah.
Almost definitely.
Especially because
I'm
I'm
sure-
going to murder him.
And I'm sure he won't want me to lay on hands on him.
Yes, almost to his detriment.
Well, I apologize for besmirching your robes. My name is Veneris. What is yours?
Paxton Jennerwith.
Paxton, well met.
You forgot the Jennerwith.
Paxton Jennerwith.
Jennerwith. Thank you.
Certainly. Service folk are so odd.
Yeah. And at this point, the young lady comes around out of the back room and walks up and very loudly and obnoxiously takes a nail and a parchment and boom, 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 boom. Today's assignment. Walks around the room.
Excellent. I hope it's every bit as exciting as last week's.
Yes, I hear you have a new pastime.
Yes, in fact, we've already gone back to discuss some of the particulars. It's it'll still be a bit in the making, but I'm sure we can organize perhaps a guild outing to come by Castle Ravenloft.
That would be fantastic.
Amazing.
It promises to be I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of a pun, but I can't.
Just say delight. Come
My
on.
intelligence score is too low.
Delight, because it's a rave. Come on. Go for it.
Okay.
There it
I'm
is.
hearing. Wait, is that Brogan coming down the stairs?
It is absolutely not. He's still asleep. Or they're still asleep.
Could have sworn I heard Brogan speaking just now. It's sure to be a delight. That feels wrong. That feels disingenuous. In any case, it'll be a time you won't soon forget. You already know about this. Why am I advertising this to you? I'm gonna get up and go look at the new posting.
I just thought it was something, that you were really excited about. I don't know. I was just going to let you go. But, have a good day, and I hope to see you all back here in one piece.
Thank you. I hope for this as well.
And she runs back into the back room. You see that there are 5 posters on the job board this time. There is the first one, wanted dead or alive, bone crusher, orc chieftain to the south. Warning, very heavily armed and dangerous, has many henchmen. Reward, 1,000 gold pieces. There is the second one, chicken wrangler needed. Some jerks smashed my coop and now 100 chickens are loose. 1 gold piece per chicken to return them, no questions asked. There is a third one. It says, exterminator needed. I've got a mess of rats in my basement. Bring me 10 rat tails in return for payment. And it has an address listed on it. There is another one right next to that one that says, exterminator needed. There's a bunch of noise coming from the attic, like chains or moaning or something. It's probably those damn raccoons again. I would have my husband look into it, but the lazy oaf up and died on me. Payment dependent on work done. And then there's an address listed. The addresses seem to be right next to each other.
I love it.
There's one more request than usual. Looking around to see if anybody else is in the guild hall, and I guess there's not.
How long are we cooking for?
I was going to leave that up to you, but if at this point you would be done cooking, you can come out.
Yeah.
From behind from the back room. Avina and
Church comes out wearing his pink apron.
Yeah.
The frilly pink apron. Does it say Kiss
Yes.
Your Chef on it?
I don't know.
I've seen a great apron that says, please do nothing to the cook. I think that's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, Avina and Church come out into the open, and you see a fairly new face. You've seen him in passing, but there is a new face sitting there across from Venerus.
Church, I quite enjoyed the frozen potatoes.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
And what's this red sauce that you joust them in?
I believe it's called chili powder.
Ah, indeed. It was quite spicy. I've heard tales of ketchup. Is this the same?
No, it is not the same.
Ah, I see. I'll have to try that some
hash
other time
browns
then.
and ketchup. Ugh.
Hash
Yeah,
browns
we're
and
all
ketchup.
judging you now.
What? I mean, nothing's changed. It's normal.
This is accurate.
Brogan, I need you to roll your dexterity.
Yep, here it comes. That's a 9.
So you hear thump, thump,
Oh,
thump,
no.
thump, 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 as a bard falls down the stairs.
Am I late again? I'm sorry. Good morning.
Just in time, Brogan. Watch
Are
out
you
for the
all right?
stairs.
Hey, no, it's fine. This is a usual thing. It's fine. Am I late? I'm so sorry. And I just go and I grab the charred hash browns and just again the usual morning routine of just eating in the hands. And
Here,
then,
try some of this. It's called chili powder.
sure.
Frozen hash browns.
Yep.
Here, try this. It's called a jalapeno.
It's a dessert pepper.
Dessert pepper.
Somebody tried to get me with that one time.
That's amazing.
I knew what it was. I ate it anyways.
The back door
Good job.
opens up, and one of the kitchen chefs comes out holding a silver platter. And, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. Here you go. And slides a silver platter on the table in front of you. And there are 6 vials of red liquid that shimmer, as we have gotten another donation from Jesus of the 5th edition.
I love that.
Gifting
Each party member a potion of healing.
Yay! Thank you
Thank
so much.
Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus, woo.
Or
Hashtag
Jesus,
bless.
I guess it could be Jesus, depending on...
Thank you, Jesus.
So.
I now have 6 potions of healing.
Amazing.
Man, I'm going to have to make you use them, aren't I? All right,
I have
I'm
3.
scrapping this idea, and we're going to go ahead and... All right.
Oh no.
That's never good.
So, you are all there sitting at the table, and you have several options this morning. Veneros has brought back the options and laid them forth in front of you. There are 5. Did I read all 5? I think I only read 4.
No, you only read 4.
The 5th one on the board that he lays down in front of you is strong swimmer needed. My simpleton apprentice left my ore cart unattended on the bridge, and the blasted thing tumbled into the river. Hopefully the ore is still in there somewhere. I'll pay gold to anyone who can get me my ore.
O-R-E,
We have a
right?
we have a damp person and we have a druid. We could totally do that.
These two look like they're right next to each other. I wonder if we might be able to do a 2-for-1 today. Pointing at the rat extermination and also the clanking of chains.
Yes.
But there's, I mean...
Is that allowed?
I believe so.
As long as you can get both done, right?
Okay.
I mean, you have 3 of the guild's founding members here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's right. Of
Wait,
course.
who? Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's still this orc captain though. This request has been up for a while. I wonder if the urgency is increasing.
But so have the chickens. I mean, those chickens have got to go far by now.
How far is
he's
the
still
orc
alive.
captain?
The orc captain is to the south. That's all the paper says.
So we don't know if it's like a danger to us directly.
Just says wanted. The wanted poster is an officially sanctioned Sword Coast affiliation wanted poster. So this is not a local job. This is a wanted poster for the affiliation of the Sword Coast. The Lord's Alliance has posted this.
Gotcha.
So it's a wanted poster that has been posted officially, not just a job posting in the guild hall.
I was concerned for a minute that like the orc captain was like over the hill, like
They've been advancing every week.
Yikes.
like they're heading here. We should take care of this.
we still probably should take care of this
Yeah, I
before
mean,
that
now we're
becomes a
just-
thing.
now we're
Because you just
making
gave him an idea. Or chickens. I'm okay with doing the chicken one too.
Chickens have probably gone a very long way. It's been up there for like weeks. Most of them probably have already been eaten. Now I want chicken.
Who wants to fight?
Church,
or who
do we
wants
have
to catch?
chicken?
I would be willing to do either. I would also I feel that I would be singularly adept at retrieving things from the bottom of a river, but
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
combat does sound invigorating.
Not after the week we had last time.
Well, that was
We need to make it very
Different.
clear that we're going into combat if we're actually going into combat.
We're
That would
going to
indeed be
attack
helpful.
now.
Is it okay for us to attack?
I'm going to do a surprise attack.
That's what that Smithsonian thing is what I was going for.
I mean, we could do Church's
What a
chickens.
nightmare.
With those chickens. Wait.
Churches, chickens.
What?
I think that's a regionally
Is it?
specific joke.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, that one went
I'm
right
from
over my head.
I'm in Texas, and there's a Church's chicken, like fast food place.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
All right. Who votes the chickens?
Church is probably raising his hand, but we can't see.
Church is not raising his hand.
Okay.
All right. Who votes the orc chief?
Church raises his hand.
All right. So that's 4.
No, this is like a half.
Okay.
3.5 is still a majority, I think. I'm
New
not good
guy,
at
what do
math.
you want to do?
Oh. Hi.
Do you two know each other?
Broken.
I just like turn
that you?
around.
It just turns.
You still think that'll work?
Nope. Nope. Totally, definitely don't know this guy. Church, is there more hash browns in the kitchen? I walk off into the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
I'm sensing some tension here. At least I think I am. Is that
You,
No, that's definitely tension.
you all
Okay.
let Brogan run around with you.
yes? They're quite capable and entertaining, I must say.
Yeah, that's all jobs. Yeah.
You
My
seem surprised.
Things must have changed quite a bit.
From what to what? I'm confused.
Brogan and I, we went to primary together. What a klutz!
Primary what?
Schooling. Have you not had schooling?
Fish swim in schools.
And he just lets out an exasperated sigh.
Is there something I'm missing? Is this another surface dweller?
It's a surface
Custom.
dweller thing.
Of course.
You mean you weren't homeschooled?
No.
What's wrong with homeschooling?
Well, we paid for the finest teachers. I don't know how Brogan managed, but I'm sure they had some sort of program.
Yeah, we didn't go to school. Who's gonna look at it, Avina?
We were
School- grew up in
homeschooled
the
and we've
woods.
done fine.
Homeschooled is a really stretch of a term.
We learned things that
We
were
hang out with our dad who travels. That's homeschooling.
and we learned how to survive our dad who was traveling.
Sure. Schooling.
Schooling.
Yeah, Brogan has been good. I've been on 2 missions, 1 mission with her, him,
To
them.
them.
And I would definitely say stumbles into success. But success occurred. And you can't fault success. You can't argue with the results.
Well,
I'm writing that quote down just because it's so good.
well, all right. We'll see how this goes.
Brogan just comes slinking out with more
Indeed we shall.
potatoes of the frozen variety.
Would you like more chili powder?
No.
Are you sure? It's quite good.
Nope.
So let's I guess it works. It is.
Okay, we're doing the big guy. Okay.
To battle!
Okay.
Big guy. I mean, every mission so far has been kind of skeptical, so it's probably not just an orc. Maybe it's like a fairy king who's just hanging out and having a good time, and people are upset that they're partying.
That's true. We should. Yeah.
Maybe it's several courtois in a suit.
Or several
like a-
kobold.
Or like
Whatever
a
those
trench.
are.
Goblins.
Akaris, when was the last time you confused a goblin or several goblins with an orc?
Probably.
That was a couple months ago.
Really? Where was I for that?
He was trying to sell us some healing potions, and I might have purchased, some wine at a very steep price.
Was it good at least?
No, it was
Oh.
awful. It was like beet wine.
Sorry.
That sounds horrendous.
That sounds like the treasure of friendship.
No. It's not friendship. That's just sadness.
To battle!
Well, okay. Off we go.
All right. So the guild hall has horses and carts and everything to utilize, and the wanted poster did say south. So you load up
Can we
on horses.
teleport? We don't get to teleport?
I mean,
Don't have an
you
address.
could, but you don't know where you're going.
Send us south! Okay. How far? Yes!
Is
We're just
your
going to
lemur
get on
tail
his
wrapped around
horse
your neck
and
right
go.
now?
Go.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Very long tail.
I'm
South.
gonna help Venerus get on his horse. So I'm going to assume he's never seen a horse before.
He's seen them and he's seen people riding them and he still has no idea how to do that. He probably gets
Oh.
on backwards.
Avina will take the reins of Venerus's horse and hold on to them.
Aw, you're a sidecar.
I still picture him looking
He's still backwards, yeah.
The horse looks confused.
So does Venerus. He pats its rump, just like good horse.
All right.
Venerus, do you want to turn around? So you can at least see where we're going.
Yes. He'll try to turn around and probably like fall out of the saddle and have to get back up. Yes. Tail.
You see the little knob there? You just hold on to that and just don't worry about it. She'll take care of you.
Got it.
The knob on the saddle, right, Dave? You have to be a little bit more
Yes.
specific.
Come on.
I only saw one knob.
This is.
Oh wait,
this
you mean
is-
on top of the horse?
Anyway, you all get on your horses and you start heading south along the road. You travel for about 2 hours before you come into a game trail that opens up, and you see another road just past that game trail that seems to be traveling parallel to the main road that you're on. The only reason you can see this through the dense, thick forest brush and everything is because of this game trail that kind of shoots between the two roads. Being somewhat familiar with the area, Avina, Dave, you didn't switch your name, sorry, David. Akros and Church, you know that, or you don't. Sorry, words today, my brain.
Words are hard.
You're not familiar
You're
with
right.
there being a road parallel to the main road that leads south of Better Than Hillsfar. There. I think that makes sense.
That does.
Okay.
Indeed.
We're not familiar with the parallel road.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's
Or
a
the
sketchy
existence
road.
thereof.
It is a sketchy road that you're not aware of. Paxton,
Yes.
because I'm curious, because your character intrigues me, describe how you're riding your horse.
Paxton is riding side saddle, kind of just lightly holding the saddle knob and the rein, but otherwise just chest up, shoulders back.
Side saddle is hard, yo.
Yes.
That just sounds. I just imagine like Fabio side saddling just down the road, and that's my headcanon right now.
Something like
Just
that.
the
More
hair
clothes.
going.
Yeah.
Camera definitely pans over to Brogan, who's like hunched over and just like glaring and just stress riding at this point.
Yeah. So you all get to this parallel road and you see it. What would you like to do?
Man, that road is sketchy.
Is it like sketchy, like that's the one we're supposed to go down sketchy, or like just regular sketchy?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Akros. Can we do a sketch check? Which stat is that?
Can I do like a?
Can I insight the trail?
Can I do like a survival check to see if it's been traveled by big old people?
You can indeed roll a survival check, and if you would like to get a suspicion check on the sketch level of the road, you can also roll a survival check.
I was gonna roll an insight on it because it's lower and funnier.
I mean, if you want to roll insight on an inanimate object, you are more than welcome to make that roll.
I rolled an 18 survival.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a 6. I rolled a 2. Plus 4.
Akros, you see the game trail, and you kind of wiggle through the game trail. It's a small game trail, like rabbit or skunk or possum or something. So it's kind of just a real tiny trail, and you kind of wiggle your way through, and you get to the road, and you see that it does indeed travel parallel to this road. Brogan, you get through the game trail and onto the road, and you see 2 cart tracks in the middle of the road, and you see footprints that you're quite certain are indeed orc footprints, and there is a ton of them. And they seem to be heading in a southern direction because that's where the majority of the footprints are oriented. Yes, thank you, oriented. I was going to add a tated to that. Orientated.
I just go stand in 2 of them, and I'm just like, hey, Akros, look, I'm an orc. And I like point out the footprints to him.
Oh, I should. I was looking at the trees and just admiring, all the breaks and tears that could have been there if orcs had traveled this way. But you caught that, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Good team. Good
Don't
teamwork.
lie. You were just staring at trees again.
Trees are great.
Do you see anything over there?
Trees, a road.
I have orc footprints.
Or footprints.
I don't know what those look like.
Come look. Can we take our horses? Did we just leave our horses?
You would not be able to get the horses through the thick brush without cutting a path across.
Should we entrust ourselves with the lives of innocent animals, or should we leave them somewhere nice?
I'm going to ritual speak with animals.
Oh, good. Let's ask them.
A ritual takes 10 minutes to cast?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're casting that, would anybody else like to do anything during this 10 minutes?
I'll dismount and go see what orc footprints look like.
Okay.
I would like to stomp in all of the orc footprints. Just
I'm gonna hold
jump
on
from
to
one to
all
the
the
other.
horses' reins.
Okay.
Paxton is using Mage Hand to hold his handkerchief and blot his forehead.
I love it. Yeah, the sun beats down and it causes a little bit of sweat. So during the 10 minutes, you go look at these orc footprints, and they look to be in solid dirt. So you can only assume that at one point in time the road was muddy. They were traveling through, casted the footprints, and it has since dried. You're stomping into that, and you'll every so often you stomp in and you kind of crack one of the there's an indent, the side
Mhm.
walls of the indent of the footprint. You kind of crack it
Mhm.
down.
How much bigger are the orc footprints than mine?
Depending on your foot size, these things range anywhere
Small.
from 6 inches to 1.5 feet long.
Okay.
1.5 feet
I am
would
small.
be shack
I am small
size.
for a half elf, so some of them are very big.
Yes.
Oh. And then I turn around and I hop back towards the group.
Okay. The 10 minutes has passed, and Akros, you have casted your ritual,
Okay.
and you feel that it has successfully casted. What would you like to do with that?
I'm gonna go over to the horses and be like, "Hey, so we're gonna go down this road. Can you guys just come back in a couple hours?"
Which, are you speaking to all the horse? Like, are you looking at all the horses and speaking to all of them, or are you looking at one particular horse?
I'm kind of talking to my horse, but like facing all of them.
Okay. Your horse kind of... Oh, of course. Of course I can do that.
A horse, of course.
Yeah, if you guys see any orcs, they're bigger than us, green and pretty bulky. Run.
Oh, I know what an orc looks like. Of course, of course.
Okay.
I'm an animal, not an idiot. We will run.
What are they saying?
They're being surprisingly sassy for horses.
Love
I
them.
will notate that it is your horse you're talking to.
Oh yeah, no, he knows. Can you do me one favor before we head out?
Of course.
Can you bite her coat?
Who's cool?
Just
Are
like-
you, are you pointing at someone?
Havina's holding all the horses.
Okay.
Like, can you just like pull her cloak off?
She's not wearing a cloak.
That's assuming like you have like a cover. Oh no, you have the
No,
wings.
I have
wings.
wings.
Dang it!
Bite or wing. Just go for it. Really? Like, come on.
No.
Just glomp on that wing.
Yeah. Can you knock her over when we come back?
Of course.
Thanks. I'll make sure I give you some extra feed. Get you some good.
I like apples.
Get you some apples.
You have yourself a deal.
Thanks, Brago. Just gonna pat the horse on the head and shake it like we should leave now.
I prefer Belinda.
Did you again? You were Brago like last week.
I have changed my name.
You were also Susan the week before. Can you just make up your mind?
No.
That's a mood.
You know, maybe
Alright.
your horse would make up its mind if you stopped just being you for 5 minutes.
You see, I would do that, but I can't. So, yeah, they'll come back in a couple hours and they'll run if they see orcs. So we can go on and leave them.
Yeah. And Akros' horse turns towards Avina, and you see that horse smile, where they lift their lips up and you can see the teeth.
I still don't trust you, horse.
And he just prances off, lifting up his hooves and just prances off down the road towards the north.
Yeah.
The other horses begin to turn to follow him as you hear him whinnying and neighing.
I'm going to get off my horse before it leaves.
Okay.
Paxton would call it. What are you doing? Stand still.
Your
I asked
horse
him to go.
stops, and then you hear a whinny and a neigh, and then it starts walking again.
Beast, what are you doing?
I think we'll be going the rest of the way on foot.
Can you buck him off? I'll give you an apple too.
Paxton, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, can I just choose to fail that?
Yeah, I mean...
It makes more sense, I feel.
Okay. Yeah, you get bucked off the horse. It's not a violent bucking, it's just kind of a... And since you're side saddled, you just kind of slide off the horse.
Then he'd throw his mage hand at it and kind of slap it on the butt as it runs.
Yeah, it feels that slap and then just takes off prancing in front of everyone else's.
You know, pal, you shouldn't call horse beasts. They're smarter than most people. So
I'm gonna travel there.
Did you hear that, Brogan?
Brogan's over there.
He
I am
laughs to himself.
resolutely jumping in orc footprints. I cannot hear you.
That's fine. It was funny to me.
So yeah, you are half of you are standing in the main road, and the other half of you are in the surprise road, secret road.
secret tunnel.
Church, where are you at?
Through the mountain.
I guess I'd be getting off of my horse.
Church is a
clomp
little bit
off of it.
further north as the horse is just walking. It stops and you're allowed to get off.
The horse praises everything that is available that it no longer has to carry you.
Yes, church is quite heavy.
Well, we got him a Clydesdale. We got him a big boy.
That's a
We had
big
to
boy horse.
Yeah, we had to get one for Harker home too. So
All right.
To battle or something.
we're gonna go
Footprints.
talk. Probably talking is more important than battling.
That's true.
I'm still
Sometimes.
gonna hang back, and if battle starts out, I'm gonna fly up, and that's my plan.
That is an excellent plan.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna talk. That's my plan.
All right. So you're following this road further south, and after about half a mile, it turns to the west. No. East. It turns to the east because it doesn't intersect the main road. So it turns to the east, and you follow it for another half a mile before you see before you a clearing with three tents on the northern side of this little clearing, and like this little cavern that kind of digs down into the hole, or I can't word today. I'm so sorry.
You're great.
A little cavern that kind of is dug down into the ground. You cannot see far enough down into the cavern, but you can tell there's a depression in the ground there, and it's fairly wide. And then on the other side of this little depression, there is a big tent. It's a 20 by 20 foot tent made of leather and sticks. Not sticks, but like tree trunks. Wood. You do see activity. There seem to be quite a few goblins running about, as well as various sizes of orc.
Do we
All right, guys.
do we want to go try talking to him first?
I think we should.
Well, okay.
Avina, do you want to give me a hand with this?
I-
Brogan?
I can go talk. Hint,
I'll be
out
up.
of character, Niffer has a really good talking thing that Brogan should totally be the one to do this.
Maybe they have treasure.
The
Maybe they
treasure
do.
of
That's
more
true.
friendship.
You are a big optimist there.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess a bunch of us start approaching.
Okay. Is
And-
anybody hanging back, or is the whole group proceeding?
I think we're all going.
Yeah, I think
Venerus will
everybody's
be
going.
Do you
on
want
guard, but
party?
not threatening. Oh, the howlers are howling.
The howlers are
Exodus.
howling.
Yeah, people around here like to go out in their backyards and howl at 8 p.m.
Oh,
Boy.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it seems to have gained traction. It's way louder this week.
You know, being locked up in your home will do strange things to you. It doesn't-
True.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any reason to get out and do something, right? At least it's a safe hobby.
Indeed.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna flag down some goblins.
all right. As you're approaching, you see several goblins stop what they're doing and drop their tools, and you can see that they're carrying shovels and pickaxes and excavating tools. And they drop and they kind of run towards you. They don't necessarily look like they are running towards you as they've dropped their tools and they're running towards you without any weapons that you can see. And there's 5 of them running towards you.
Hello.
I'm gonna kneel down.
Does anybody speak Goblin?
Oh shoot.
Nope.
I speak Orc. Does that count? Why do I speak Orc?
I don't know.
Hey, it turns out I speak this language. Well, I don't remember learning that in school.
So the 5 goblins gather up around you and they start speaking in Goblin, and they're very excited and they're speaking in very hurried tone. Yes.
Yup.
The one in front is going to reach up, and Brogan, you're trying to speak to them, right?
Sure.
Okay. So the one in front grabs your hand and starts pulling you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're allowed, they're going to try to pull you towards the big tent.
Sounds great.
There's,
I'll maybe try and say thanks in Orc. See if they recognize orcs, because there are orcs in this camp.
yeah. They when you speak in Orcish, they stop for a second and they look up at you really, really excitedly, and they start pulling you towards the tent.
They
Guys,
seem decidedly non-threatening. I thought this was a war band.
Appearance is gonna be
Off we go.
deceiving.
Indeed.
Lord's Alliance is kind of racist.
I think we learned that last week.
Hey, Avina, do you speak Orc?
You're not coming over.
You muted yourself instead of unmuting.
Well, I held it down and then I looked at my proficiencies in languages and then it unhid it because it's stupid.
alas.
No, I don't.
Do you speak
Oh
Goblin?
no.
No, I don't speak Goblin either.
No,
Do you speak
no.
Elemental?
I speak Infernal.
Yeah, I
speak
do too.
Primordial.
I also have Dwarvish and Draconic, which doesn't help us in this situation at all.
Am I going to be the only one that
Dwarvish.
can talk to this?
At
is
this
gonna be
point,
really
Brogan is about 10 feet away from the massive tent, and none of you have followed after.
Oh, I'm totally
I
following.
would definitely be following.
You,
The whole group is following.
Okay.
Brogan's usually pretty good at talking, but probably still kind of squishy.
at this point, Brogan is not really being dragged, but more like being crowd surfed. It's just yes, we take you now. Just oh no.
At this point, there are now probably about 20 goblins that have gathered around, and they've kind of
Oh,
come
no.
out from this little cavern, and they're all just gathered around Brogan, and they're taking the whole group into the tent.
What have I done?
You have a little posse now.
Oh no, I have a cult.
So they peel back this leather flap on the tent, and they open it up, and they kind of usher you in, and then allow everybody else. So there's this horde of 20 goblins just kind of mixed in with everybody else in the group, and you all kind of get pushed into this group into this tent, and it is a very it's kind of nicer than you would expect a tent to be. On the inside of the tent, there are actual physical wooden walls and a wooden floor. And on the walls, there's all manner of beast heads mounted on the walls and weapons that have kind of been displayed. There are 2 orcs standing on opposite sides of a massive table, and on the center of this table is a rolled out piece of parchment with 4 on each, one on each corner, heavy weights kind of holding the parchment down, and you can see that a map has been drawn on this parchment. On top of the parchment, there are several little wooden figurines that have been painted.
Oh, they're playing D&D, guys!
They're playing Risk.
No.
And they seem to be having a violent discussion.
Them playing Risk would explain why we've been able to get this for 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah, Risk does take a while. They stop what they're doing, and the one that is not facing you turns around to face you and kind of stomps over towards the group. The 20 goblins have now kind of receded back behind the group of people, and you are all kind of there with Brogan standing in front.
If I speak Orc, what were they arguing about?
They were arguing about a battle that they're planning. One of them wants to push harder, and the one that was facing you, that seems to be the one in charge, based on the conversation that you overheard, says, no, it's not time to push forward yet.
Okay.
The one that turned around and seems to be second in command walks up, and in Orcish says, "What are you doing here?"
We hear you need some help. Listen, can I tell you a little bit about my group here? They don't speak Orc, so let me introduce them in a second. And I'm just gonna go on a little introduction of making up all of our talents and stuff that we're good at and how we can be very helpful and useful to this orc. And hopefully it takes a minute because I want to enthralling performance as many people as I can.
Okay.
So they need to make wisdom saves.
Okay, all 20 of them?
No, up to 5.
Okay.
So the 5 biggest threat looking ones.
Okay, so obviously the 2 orcs and then maybe some of the 3 closest goblins.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. Break out my character sheet. All right.
Wisdom saving throws.
So the main one rolls a 19.
Dang it.
The guy in front of you rolls a 3. So he is enthralled. The one that you are talking directly to.
He is charmed.
The other one rolled an 11.
Fails.
That one rolled an 11.
Fails.
And that one net 1.
Fails.
So you have one that kind of slides up next to you and kind of grabs onto your arm and is just holding your hand and just has eyes glistening.
Amazing. Amazing. So how can we help?
The one that was talking to you kind of turns around and looks at the main boss. And you hear him in Orcish say, "I think they can help." And the main boss says, "But they are not orc. And they know where our camp is at."
We're not orc, which could be an advantage depending on what your plans are. Maybe you need a spy. Do you guys know Common? Because I'm sure the rest of this group would love to know what's going on.
The main orc, the one behind the table, I do speak Common, and everybody hears that because it's in Common.
Perfect. Now I need to find another language to talk to the rest of my group in, but okay. That was not out loud.
So
everybody learn Druidic.
What seems to be the situation here?
If I speak in Dwarvish to you, you can speak in Druidic to Akros, who can speak in something else too. No.
Telephone.
Right.
Let's play telephone.
Let's. Anyways.
So, you all have found my camp. Why? Why are you here?
Well, to be fair, it was not that difficult to find. You left a pretty massive road.
Yeah, we did just follow your footprints for 2 roads, and that's it.
There was a poster that we responded to that said "to the south," so we went south and we found the road. And
a poster.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you have those?
So
Did we
in
take it with us?
Infernal, I'm going to turn my head toward Avina and just go, I don't think she said that we were here to stop this. I think we're going to be in trouble. Just in Infernal, and then he looks right back. It just sounds all like all just grungy and
It's
like
German.
yes, yeah, it's German.
Valid.
So they have posters on us.
Yes.
This is not good. We may have to accelerate our plans.
Why are you doing whatever you're doing?
Do you even know what we're doing?
No, that's part of why we're here, actually.
You're moving northward?
We are.
Cool.
We are
Why?
taking back our lands.
From who?
took them and when?
Roll a persuasion.
Can I assist with that?
Yes, you can.
Can I give Rogue an advantage with that assistance? Or should I also roll?
You can give her advantage. Roll with
Sweet.
advantage.
I rolled a 25.
Oh.
Bards.
Yeah.
We picked the right party to be.
The Lord's Alliance stole this land from the Orc tribes, and we are taking it back by force.
Are those the Lord's Alliance? They're humans, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Mostly.
Mostly? That does sound like a decidedly human thing to do.
Valid.
Very valid.
So did they take it from you?
They
Did
took
you
it
talk
from my
to them?
great-great-grandfather.
Have you talked to them about this?
We have
Yeah.
tried negotiating. It seems they seem to think their paper parchment deeds grant them access to this land.
Is there any type of advantage to having this land besides it's your land?
Yes, it's very fertile.
Are there sections of it that they would maybe be willing to like split and go halvesies on the land? Maybe you guys can have kind of like a neighboring situation. For every human village, you get an orc village, stuff like that. Who knows?
We have tried for generations to negotiate some kind of peace.
Tell me about those. How did those go?
Not well, obviously.
Okay, more details. Like,
He kind of
did you
points around
all
and he says, "This tent is all that remains."
did you walk into those negotiations holding some big swords, or did you walk in with no swords? Because like some people don't like to see swords in negotiations, so maybe it's just a way of how you need to approach this.
Until last week, I did not own a sword. He points.
Congratulations on getting a sword.
He points outside. He says, "That pit is a great source of iron. And those goblins," and he points to the group, "have decided to help. That one there, the one that's holding your hand, he's a great blacksmith."
Aw, buddy. And I like pat him.
Why don't so land has
In Druidic, I would like to look at Akros and say, why don't we just invite them home with us? They would be great to help us out. We could have a blacksmith, they can have land. We have plenty of space, and it's still better than Hillsfar.
Are we just collecting all of the NPCs that we meet from now on? Please?
you are, why are you so much smarter than me sometimes? I was going to be like, land has no sentimental value. This is all on Druidic. Land has no sentimental value, and it's not worth fighting over. Yeah, sure. Let's have a huge family. Let's have the family we never wanted.
I'm all about family we never wanted.
If we're going to continue to be better than Hillsfar, we can continue to bring in excellent people like these folk who obviously need the help.
I just thought of a great idea. We can set them all up at Ravenloft. They would be excellent guards. They would look very fierce all the time.
Except the blacksmith that can hang out, and we can have our own
That's true.
personal blacksmith.
We could also probably take
Okay,
the
I'm trying to
reward for
not
this.
just find the things for ourselves here. I'm trying to help everyone be happy.
I was gonna say
I
we
can't
should
speak
also
to
probably
Ruth.
take
I'm
the
not in this
money
conversation.
Oh, absolutely. We should take the money for doing this.
and then give it
still-
to the orcs
Oh,
to
yeah.
help them get situated.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely do that.
Do you often come to someone's house and have conversations in a language we don't understand?
I was sort of wondering the same thing.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, sorry, we do that a lot.
They're related. They're siblings. They kind of have to do that. Sorry.
We have
Well,
a fantastic
yeah.
proposition for you.
You do?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, listen to
Yes.
this.
No,
It's-
Akros, you tell him.
You
Yes,
sure about that?
Please tell us.
All right.
All right, all
So-
right, all right.
If you don't want to,
I mean, I won't. I just. All right. I'll do
Just
it.
get to the point.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on.
We have a battle
All right.
to plan.
So rather than battling, we have an awesome piece of land not too far to the north, probably within a couple hour trek too. We have farms that need people to work them and to be active in. We have land in places where you can settle without an issue. We could take the reward for the bounty and then provide it to you to help you get started. If you go to war against another people who are bigger than you in a situation like this,
you're going to die.
you're going to die.
We all die eventually.
I mean, yeah, but why would you want to die now when you could, in fact, eat this guy's, and I motioned to church, this is hash browns. You haven't experienced that yet, and you're missing out.
It's true, they're quite good.
Don't die before you can eat his hash browns.
What are
And
hash
it's
browns?
hash- You know,
They're like-
potatoes,
They're like frozen potatoes.
but like small frozen potatoes.
Tiny
Everything's
tiny
better
frozen
when it's
pieces of
smaller than it
potatoes.
should be.
You hear the one that was talking to you originally, not the main captain.
Yes, my new BFF orc, right?
Yes. Turn
Yes.
around and address the captain in Orcish. So, Rogan, you're the only one that understands what he says, but he says, "Have we not suffered these fools long enough? We should kill them now and continue with our plans."
Hey now, he's charmed by me. He should not want to kill me. We're besties.
He is charmed by you, yes.
Okay, fine. Valid. I also want to murder some of my friends sometimes. You're right. Anyways.
So honestly, look, this land of your family's has no sentimental value. It is your ancestral land. That means nothing in the long term. Wouldn't you rather have a place where your children could grow up and not have to worry about people taking their land and having a place to grow up? It's not about you, it's about your generations you have afterwards. And I think that you should consider our options as you'd have a safe, protected place. We have an entire guild hall full of mercenaries and adventurers that will protect the area. So if you do come under attack, you will have professional people to protect you and to help you. I think that sounds better than dying now for land that you've never even seen.
The captain comes around and pushes the second in command aside and says, "You make a strong argument, and if I'm being honest, we are not the best fighters."
We could tell that when you said you didn't have a sword until last week. Like, no offense, buddy. You're doing great, I'm sure. But
How much space do you have?
I think we have two farms that are pretty much not in use. We have a whole area that's not really being used. It can be used as a farm or a village or both. We own a whole lot of like foresting areas. You could go hunting and use it for game travel. And it'd be your land.
also,
Your
there's a
shared land.
novelty castle area that is looking for like people to look very big and intimidating and imposing, and maybe like get to have fun fights. If farming isn't your thing,
They could perhaps stage mock battles at Castle
Exactly.
Ravenloft.
If
It's
they
a
are
rave.
staged,
It's a
we may be
party.
able to pull off the look. We are not warriors.
that's fine.
It's okay. It's all about scaring people because that's
They-
what they want.
They actually didn't know they hired real warriors when we visited them, and we like accidentally hurt a bunch of them really bad. So like probably they prefer people who aren't warriors.
The one that's enthralled by you kind of smiles. It's a little closer.
Yeah.
I see two problems with this offer.
Mm-hmm.
One, we are still wanted by the Lord's Alliance. How do you present we fix this problem?
Trust us, and we'll handle it.
Yeah, we've done a lot of rebranding over our career as a group. Undead, not scary anymore. They're fun. Promise. We can do the same thing for you.
Still not sold on the undead bit, but
Undead! And I just like
Two do not like dead things.
Well, the thing is, they wanted the bounty had to do with the removal of a threat. The language isn't really clear on exactly how we did that. If you're no longer planning on marching and attacking people, then technically the threat's no longer there.
did we bring the poster with us?
Yes.
What does it say again?
The poster says, word for word, wanted, dead or alive, Bone Crusher, Orc Chieftain to the south. Warning, very heavily armed and dangerous. Has many henchmen. Reward 1,000 gold pieces.
His name has been Bone Crusher this whole time?
So we can change your name. That's an
It's
easy
true.
thing.
It is a family name.
I believe also
Are
that
you,
they want us to bring his physical person to them, dead
Did
or
you have
alive.
did you have someone who died recently, an orc? Maybe sickness or stepped into a rattlesnake or something?
We bury our dead, but
Oh no, we're gonna grave rob for this quest, aren't we?
We're gonna take
Oh, no.
we're gonna take the orc's head. He's not gonna need it anymore, and submit it as if it was you. And they wanted you dead or alive, therefore you're dead.
I am not comfortable with that plan.
Also, just to clarify, because you actually haven't introduced, you're Bone Crusher, right? Like, we're not looking for the
Yes! And he reaches
Okay,
out his
cool.
arm to shake
Oh.
yours. And
I do the same thing that I did with Veners, of like grabbing the arm instead of the hand. I'm like,
he
yeah,
looks at you very confused. This is an odd way to
pat him on the shoulder.
introduce yourself, but okay. And you see
Yep.
that his handshake is a very dainty handshake. It's not a strong handshake.
I love him. I love him so much. We're gonna do so much rebranding.
A headcanon is he's just like a theater major who's just like, I have to fight back.
He played Angeras, didn't he?
So, I don't like the idea of you beheading one of my compadres.
Is that
Companions.
the arc word?
Yeah.
Is that the arc word for friend? Compadre?
It's very off color.
Yeah, that's valid.
Disrespectful to the dead.
Do you think the dead would rather have a purpose than be in the ground growing?
I do
That's
not.
valid.
I do
So
not
look-
pretend
look
to
at-
know what the dead
look at-
would want.
Look at Billy the orc that died.
His name
we're
was
gonna name-
William.
So William the orc who died.
Okay.
Do you think William the orc would be happy being in the ground, serving no purpose besides feeding the animals and the creatures in the forest, because that's what he's doing now, or ensuring that his friends and family have a safe future for the rest of their lives?
You are making a valid argument, but I am still very uncomfortable. It's
You don't have to participate in it.
defacing.
I've
dead.
craved Rob before. Did I say?
I think you're thinking of a different character, Dave.
No, he's just like, I probably have done this before.
I've decapitated people before, it's fine.
It's a dead body.
Say I let you do this. My picture is on the poster, is it not?
Is it?
Is it?
I hope
We
not.
have the poster.
I have a disguise kit. We could just change Bone Crusher's face.
And if anybody asks, you're Bone Stomper now.
Exactly.
Or Bone Devourer.
You know how the family got the name?
Did you just crush bones?
In a sense. My family comes from a long line of chefs. Orc chefs.
There it
And
is.
our secret ingredient is bone meal.
You should rebrand yourself as the gourmet.
You know,
Oh, yes.
the marrow
know, we
is where
need a
all
good
the flavor
cook.
is. What's wrong with your potatoes?
He tried to use oil that he uses on himself in the potatoes.
Do you not like my cooking?
Also, they were kind of spicy.
I don't see what's wrong with oil in the potatoes. Would that not make them slide right through you?
Church looks very dejected.
Church, sometimes your cooking is fantastic, other times it needs a lot of help.
Your name is Church,
I see. Yes.
and you are also a chef?
Yes.
Ah, so many things we could share and learn from each other. You know, I think this may benefit our tribe. Go ahead and do your thing with William.
Are we sure this is not the same William as our William, guys?
It's just a dead orc.
You have a William. It's not just a dead orc. He was my cousin.
Are you talking about William of Castle Ravenloft?
Yes. Yes, I am.
He was decidedly not an orc and is also very much undead and
Well,
not in the
he's-
ground.
Well, look, our William is not alive, and this William is not alive. I don't know. I'm afraid of things a lot. Okay.
There's only, I think there's only one way to find out.
Okay.
You were saying
I just like look
Bone
back at
Crusher.
Bone Crusher.
You are an interesting group. And
We're
To say the
sorry.
least.
mostly passive, I see.
Mhm.
Always looking to not get into a fight.
Always.
My kind of
Unless-
people.
Unless you wanted to lose, but I don't think that it's a loss-loss situation if you don't accept the offer.
That sounds
then we have to
an
kill
awful
you.
lot like a threat.
Nope. We're just talking about how this is mutually beneficial for both sides, and if we don't do this, then both of us are going to be sad. But let's both be happy.
What she said. They
I
said.
like her version better. Yes, I like. Yep, sorry, their version better.
Okay.
I'm just smiling so much at him.
We will do this. We will move into your guild hall.
Excellent. Wait, they're moving in with us?
Yeah.
Are my
Are we
goblins
getting
welcome
roommates?
as well?
Of course.
Yeah.
I just like lift up little blacksmith one. I'm like, yes.
We actually have
I
a
think you
whole
were tickling
space just for him.
Ah. Okay. So we shall do
Okay.
this.
Do you want like help packing? It looks like you've got a really nice established home here.
Yes. I will pack up my stuff.
Okay. So like,
Not to interrupt, you should probably keep some people here, mine the iron.
that's fair.
and-
You could make a profit.
You could sell it to make more money. Get yourself some new fancy chef supplies and utilities.
The
Get some
Iron
new-
Chef, even. Wait, is that taken?
I feel like that's probably church.
And we have tons of wagons, so you could ship the iron right back up to the guild hall. They could be your sideshow. It's your side gig. You're a chef in one hand, you're a mining excavator in the other.
Well, to be
It's a really
fair,
crappy Batman.
I'm not a very good businessman. My love is for the cookery.
Paxton, you look well dressed. Do you know anything about business?
Of course. Do I need to roll deception?
Who are you trying to deceive?
Oh no.
Everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, roll your
Um,
deception.
Okay, it's not great. It's a 7. It was a 1.
Oh,
Do you have an advantage yet?
My passive insight is better than that.
No.
Yeah, my passive insight's like 14.
Did you use your advantage from last game?
That
This
was
is
for
a different
Bishop.
character.
He doesn't
Yeah.
get to keep his advantage?
they
No.
stick
I
with
don't
the
know why I'm
characters.
trying
Makes
to help
sense.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stick with the characters along with
Okay.
the inventory and the gold.
Perhaps
Valid.
you could tell us then the best strategy to extract this ore here and make a profit. In fact, selling it to the very people who want this man dead.
Ah, actually, that goblin over there, his name is Nolan, and
Hi, Nolan.
he is the one who knows about excavating and all that.
None of us can talk to him. Can you help?
Yes, I can translate.
Thank you.
What is it I'm translating?
Paxton?
I just like hold him out to you.
Well, maybe.
You seem so confident.
Of course, I don't want to give away my secrets. I wouldn't to have you rabble rousers running around with my secrets. I can't do it. It's impossible.
Do I know anything about business at all? I have an intelligence of 6,
You know,
but now I'm feeling guilty.
Yeah, you know a lot about business.
I was in the hero business. I don't know if I know anything about like manufacturing.
I mean, you could attempt to run something. I don't...
Church, do you know anything about excavation?
The business of treasure.
Yeah, the
What
business of
would we
treasure.
roll?
Very much so. Extracting treasure from the very earth itself.
Is that like a
Church
history roll?
eyes lit up as he sees that.
At this point, everyone hears a ruckus outside,
Oh, come on.
and it sounds like a lot of goblins yelling and screaming in an excited fashion. And the sound becomes louder and louder and kind of gets louder and louder and louder. And then 2 goblins kind of pop into the tent and they look very confused for a second. And then one of them runs around and is speaking in goblin to the captain. I don't know
Bone
if
crusher
that's-
Iron Chef.
He says, really? In common, so you can all understand him. It seems my excavating friends have found something.
Oh?
Yes, they say they hit rock bottom.
Graham is over here.
Is that
See,
a good
We've
thing?
talked about this before, and I don't remember what we decided.
Shall we go have a look?
I am very curious as to what they found.
Yeah, let's do this.
You're welcome
Hey.
to come along.
I carry Nolan out with me, kind of absentmindedly.
You notice as you're going, Brogan, the other orc is standing there. He's kind of following behind you.
Yes, I have an entourage.
As you go out, you see there is probably 100, 120 goblins in a crowd, and they're kind of shifting in a crowd mob fashion from the tent where they were all gathered around, and they're kind of shifting their way to the excavation pit. And there's as they go around, it kind of wraps around. There's a ramp that they've made, so it goes around in a circle, like clockwise, and kind of ramps down into this deep pit. And at the bottom of the pit, as you go down to the bottom of the pit that they've dug out. And on the north side of this pit, there is what looks like a stone door in the dirt and mud. and they're all pointing at it. And Bone Crusher comes up and says, what? It looks like they have found something.
Is there anything on the door?
It just looks like a stone door.
I open it.
I hold Nolan out in front of me.
You open it, and there is a staircase that leads down.
There's a staircase that leads down.
You see
Church looks very excited.
sconces on the right side of the wall, about every 10 feet. For as far do you have dark vision, Veneros? I don't think you have dark vision, do you?
Nope.
Okay,
Sure
so
don't.
you can see, probably because of the natural light, because it's daytime, you can see into this staircase for about, I'd say 40 feet, and then it just becomes darkness.
There's about 40 feet of stairs, and sconces. Are there torches in the sconces?
There are torches, but they're not lit.
I light one.
Lit.
All right. You have lit a torch.
I lit a torch.
Are we gonna go down there?
I must admit my curiosity has been piqued. Perhaps there's treasure.
Yes.
How tall is the?
The door stands 8 foot tall. It's just a stone door that's kind of protrudes out because they have dug out the dirt around it, and it looks like a solid, just staircase of stone. The stone looks like it has been carved out of one solid piece of stone. Like there's no brick stacking, there's no architecture to this. It looks like it's just been carved out of one solid piece of stone.
So it's 8 feet tall, like 10 feet wide?
About 5 feet wide, single door.
And then that whole stairwell is the same width going straight down.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
After you, then, I guess.
Very well. I'll take the torch.
Are
Start going down the
you
stairs.
going down there?
Yes.
We're explorers
Well,
or something.
Be
I mean,
very
well-
careful.
We did have some proceedings to finish here. I must admit I just got quite distracted by all this excitement.
It is fine if you wish to explore. I will spend my time packing up.
Yeah, and maybe we'll find more stuff that can help you and stuff. Maybe there's more treasure down here.
If I'm being honest,
Treasure.
had you not been here and we found this, I would not be going down there.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh, here, this is yours. And I just, put Nolan in his hands.
You feel Nolan kind of like scraping and scratching, trying to stay in your...
Oh, I have a cat now. Okay. Yup. Okay. He
And
just sits on my shoulders now.
The second in command steps forward and says in Orcish to the captain, I will go down with them. I wish not to see them see any danger. And he looks quickly over at Brogan and then looks back to the captain. It is my duty to protect them.
I just fangirl over this, and then as soon as they look over, I'm like, that's all.
Well, if you are doing this, be careful. I would hate to lose newfound friends.
Aww. We're
Agreed.
friends. Cool.
All right,
I just
so who
want
can
you
see
to
in
know
the
I'm
dark?
putting a goblin in my inventory.
I'm gonna have a torch. I lit a torch.
Veneros has a torch, and there are torches on the wall every 10 feet, as far down as you can see.
Which is 60 feet now. Because of torch?
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay, I can't put a goblin in my inventory. Never mind. Oh, I have dark vision or something.
Extras. You could probably put
Yes.
one in extras.
Sweet.
All
Oh,
right.
you're right. You're right.
So
D&D Beyond.
Standy.
Akros is going down, right? Avina is going down. Church is
Church
going
would
down.
be right behind Akros.
All right. Brogan is going down. Veneros is leading the way.
Yep, lighting
Okay.
torches as I go.
What's Paxton doing?
Paxton is tied up against the back of the second in command orc.
I have added a goblin as a sidekick.
Awesome. Well, this is where we're going to end this session.
Amazing.
Ooh, mysterious.
I know that we said we were going to do one-shots and posters were only going to last one session per thing, but it is 10:40 and this dungeon is pretty massive. Don't know that we have
so
enough
exciting.
time to do this
Sweet.
in 20 minutes.
My.
No
So
spoilers. No spoilers.
that's where we're going to leave off.
Excellent.
Can I add the orc as a sidekick too, or does he not like me as much?
The orc is going to have his own turn order, and I will be controlling him, but you can kind of command him. You can give him commands to do.
Yes.
So,
Added.
Eat these eggs.
Yes. It helps me remember that they are around.
yeah.
I'm going to
So-
forget about them and have them get killed. It's
Thank you
gonna be
so
great.
much for joining us this week. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody reintroduce themselves at the end of this and plug anything that you would like to plug. And I'm kind of jumping the gun with this, Veneris, and maybe taking the win from your sales, but I want to make sure that I do it so I don't forget. Lawful Stupid is running the podcast group of Lawful... I'm sorry, words tonight are just not my thing. I am not doing well.
You got this. You're killing it.
The Lawful Stupid community is doing a Min-Max Mankind for the month of May. And this is where you roll a d20 and you donate to their charity of choice is Child's Play charity. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a d20 and the Nerd Asylum is going to donate what we roll for that. Oh, you want to roll? Okay, my daughter's going to roll.
Nat 20.
All right.
Hey!
So we're
The
going to
luckiest
donate
number.
$20. Actually, since it's a nat 20, we should probably double that, right? Because you double on crits, right?
Double damage.
Yeah. We're going to double that, and we're going to donate $40 to the Child's Play for the Min-Max Mankind. You can find out more about Min-Max Mankind by going to minmaxmankind.org, I believe.
.org.
.org, okay. So that's my outro. And we'll just start, and we'll go across the board. We'll start with Brogan.
Hi, I'm Niffer. I'm at NifferNiff basically everywhere, and I'm with Not Quite Heroes. We're an actual play D&D podcast that runs in a world created by the community, and I'm also in Tabletop Galaxy, which is a Star Wars RPG thing, and May the 4th is coming up tomorrow, and I just realized we're not doing anything about that, so I'm going to make sure that we are doing something about that. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Wade.
Hey, I'm Wade, also of the Not Quite Heroes podcast. I do our editing and play Rook. You can find me personally at Not Quite Wade. I think wherever, unless I've changed that recently. More importantly, you can follow the podcast at NQH Podcast on Twitter, and that'll kind of lead you to wherever else we are.
All right.
Okay, you did a better job advertising than me.
I've been doing it longer, I guess.
That's valid.
He does know about business.
Yes, Paxton, not so much.
Do we still level up?
Yes, you do.
Amazing.
Avina.
I am Theta. I'm with the Nerd Asylum. Join us every Wednesday for Hoarding Around, an actual play podcast of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen.
All right.
That's it.
Trickster.
Hey, yeah, I'm Shifted Trickster on Twitch with an underscore in between Shifted and Trickster. I discovered this lovely community through the Lawful Stupid community. Already gave a little bit of a shout out there to their Min-Max Mankind for the month of May. That's a lot of M's. I also I was doing it every week and that was a little bit too much. So every other week now on Wednesdays, I'm running a combat deadly combat scenario called Iron and Ivory through their community over there on Lawful Stupid. They have a Discord. It's super awesome. Nerd Asylum also has a Discord, also super awesome. Discord is awesome. I love Discord. So yeah, if you're interested in watching that, you can find me at shifted_trickster on Twitch, and we'll be going up this Wednesday and every other Wednesday starting this coming Wednesday.
Akros.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm from the Nerd Asylum. My new podcast for Taldore, which is Always Cloudy in Exandria, should be coming out fairly soon. It's in the works. We're editing and getting things going, so keep an eye out for that. And a neat little thing, Nerd Asylum, I just opened up our own Minecraft server. So we play on Minecraft Eternal. We have all the information in the Discord. So if you want to come play some Minecraft with us, you're always welcome to. And information's in our Discord. Come hang out.
And Church.
I am Sigma, and all I've really got going on right now is our podcast on Tuesdays, releasing every Tuesday, Rage of Nerds. And we're up to episode 6 with that now being released.
Pardon me. Yep.
So be sure to check that out.
Uh-oh. I think he was coming through on your mic, Theta.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. And I am your dungeon master, Joseph Timmis. You can find me anywhere and everywhere nerds are assembling. I would like to plug one last thing. Dralic Online is happening. It's official. We've made the announcement. You can pre-register and stay up to date with all the announcements. We have a lot of content in line. Not Quite Heroes is going to do a live show. We have Lawful Stupid. We have 20-Sided Adventurers. We have Cornfields and Kobolds. There's just a lot of panels, live shows, workshops, games going on the week of June 12th, 13th, and 14th. If you'd like to pre-register, you can find that links for that on our website, on dralicon.com, on our Discord. We pretty much posted it everywhere. So if you can find the Nerd Asylum, you can find information about pre-registering for Dralic Online. So again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for those donations towards Dell Children's Hospital. We super appreciate you being the hero you were born to be. And we'll see you next week as we continue on this wild and crazy adventure of Heroes of Hillsfar. Have a fabulous night.
Huzzah!
Bye.